Okay, hello, here's another beautiful Technics turntable. This is a vintage one, 1983 Technics 1200 MK2. It's in beautiful shape. It's a 36 years old turntable, or almost 36 years old. It's beautiful. I'm going to show you the conditions. I'm going to show you all the scratches, little dings, etc., etc. I'm going to start with the dust cover. There's scratches on the dust covers, as you can see. There is no rubber bumpers, and a good thing about this is that there's no rubber bumper stains. So some people don't like those. There's no rubber bumper stains. And the platter is in fantastic condition. There's a couple stains on the platter. Let me show you that. See that up here? Those dots are full dots and in nice shape. They're not worn out or anything like that. See, stains here. Here. Just stains on the platter. A couple tiny dings on the plinth. I'm going to start on this corner here. This is like a little tiny scratch, yeah. I'm always looking for this angle, facing the light, so you can see absolutely every single imperfection on it. Couple dust, dust particles and things like that, just normal stuff. Pop-up light's really smooth, and the StartStop button is really nice, really squishy. Just look at that. That's beautiful. That's just like that in almost all the vintage ones that I've had. They have that squishy, nice StartStop button. I love that. See how the Tonearm reflects on the plinth right here? It's really clean. There's just a couple stains here. That can be cleaned off, wiped out. But I just don't do anything to my turntables. You might be able to clean that up. The Tonearm's beautiful. It's really shiny, really nice. This is caused by the cartridge that has been coiled there for years. I took that cartridge off when I got it. Couple dust, just a little bit of dust. Just look at that. Get a better angle here. See how it reflects on the plinth? It's beautiful. Okay, look at this. The pitch is amazing. Look at that pitch. Never been used before at all. These are all collector turntables. I mean, the collectors never ever use the pitch. And it's kind of sticky. It's kind of dry out. All the pitch mechanisms, you know, the potentiometers that I've had with these models, like 1980s, they are all sticky, you know. I'm sure they all dry out, completely dry out, but they are fully functional, 100% functional. So okay, now this corner here, this star here, a couple stains right there. Spring assisted hinges. This is one of the characteristics from the vintage ones. Spring flat receptacles and spring assisted hinges. They're all flat and they have to have a number. They have a number here. See that? Oh, there's something else that I forgot to mention about the dust cover. It's a little bit flimsy, you know? It's a little bit flimsy. If you keep it up, all the way up, it's not gonna go down, you know? You can move it. It's not gonna come down if you keep it here at this elevation. See that? It's not coming down, but at a certain point it's gonna come down. See? So it's a little bit flimsy or wimp, a little bit wimp. See that? But if you keep it open all the way up, it's not coming down. Even if there's some turbulence or whatever. I'm doing this because I've had some in the past that are really, really flimsy, and if I start knocking my table like this, they're coming down, you know? So this one's not coming down. Okay, so it's good, but it's a little bit wimp, you know, just to let you know. Okay, now onto the Tonearm, which is beautiful. It's got those beautiful, something that I love is this Tonearm, you know. The design of this Tonearm is fantastic with those exposed pivot mounts or exposed bearing mounts. I love that. Check that out. And it comes with the extra end weight. It's called sub weight. It's really nice. we go, light. You can even see, you know, little factory marks and imperfections. You know, all those things you can see are factory imperfections, little things that you will never see with your own eye. I mean, we will never be able to see those little things unless you record the turntable with a HD camera. Nice. And this is the first one that I've seen with this color, this screws color. It's like a bronze color. Never seen those. They usually are black. So that makes it not special, but looks really cool. You know, the contrast of those colors looks really cool. Something else, these turntables have longer cables, longer RCA cables, longer power cables, and because they were used, I mean, they were meant to be used at your house, you know, like in your living room, not to DJ or things like that. So the cables are really long, and the RCA cable has been like, it looks like somebody added more cable to the ground cable. So the ground cable is huge, super long. Just right here, this is where somebody added more cable to it. And the RCA cables and the power cables are the original ones from Technics. These are the ones that they have the R and L letters on them. And the original Kawasaki power cable as well. Just to let you know that the ground cable is really long. I mean, I think this was used in like a living room or something like that, you know. Long RCA cable. Okay, now let me show you how it works, how it tracks down a record and everything. Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to check on the anti-skating. And I'll show you the rest. Okay. I'm going to check on the anti-skating first. Okay. Is that a good view? Yeah, right there. With this sub weight in here in the back, the calibration needs to less weight on the on this huge Tonearm weight. So it needs a little bit less weight, or maybe more. Sometimes it depends on your cartridge. If you have one of those vintage cartridges that you need to, or for example, that needs to have like 4 or 2 or 5 grams on top of it, you know, with those circular weights, You need to add less weight or sometimes more weight. It depends on your preferences. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find a floating point, make sure it floats. It's not good. A little bit more. There we go, now it's floating. That's a good, really good anti-skating. I'm gonna lock it 0 and I'm gonna add 3 grams. I'm just gonna add 1.5 because of that weight in the back. The sub weight this head shell here usually takes 3 grams, but with that sub weight it takes 1.5. Okay. Okay, I have some I'm going to turn it on now. Pop-up light works really good. I'll show you that. Right there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the start and stop button. It's really nice, really squishy. It's really good. And don't worry about that. That's because I've calibrated that brake to handle the thick rubber mat weight. Because it comes with a thick rubber mat and a genuine and original Technics thick rubber mat. So the rotation and the brake has been calibrated accordingly to the thick rubber mat weight. So it is calibrated to handle a heavy thick rubber mat, just like this one, the vintage one, which is really heavy. It comes with this. This is the original one, has a couple tiny stains. You know, some people like him, some people don't. So now check this out. See the difference? Perfect. That has been calibrated on time. That's perfect. If you are going to use a different rubber mat, like a thin rubber mat, or like one of those made out of carpet, things like that, like really slim ones, really thin ones, you need to calibrate the turntable again accordingly to the preferences, to your preferences, accordingly to the weight, to the rubber mat weight, or to the I think I've seen some, like a new mats made out of plastic. There's a lot of people using them. So, and those are thick but really how can I explain that? I don't know if you've seen that, but I don't want to get into that because then the video is going to take too long. But those are thick, but it seems like they don't weight as much as the original Technics. So anyways, if you use any other mat, like a rubber mat or like a slim rubber mat or whatever, you have to calibrate the turntable, because I've calibrated the turntable accordingly to the Technics original vintage heavy thick rubber mat. And this is really complicated. It's really hard to calibrate. I'm not kidding, it's extremely hard to make it stop really accurately with that big thick rubber mat. Is really complicated. Okay, This is one of my favorite things as well. You know, the lever. The lever is one of my favorite things. It is extremely nice and smooth. Just look at that. That's amazing. $45. Okay, now the pitch. Like I mentioned before, the pitch is a little bit sticky, but works really good. Check the dots here. It's fully functional. You know, it's getting better now. If you use that pitch, that's gonna get really good. You know, as I'm using it, it starts to get better and better. It's getting better. Looks, see that green light? Looks nice. And the turntable is nice, very powerful. It's a beautiful vintage turntable, 1983. See how it stops? It's fantastic, beautiful. This is perfect time, and that's extremely hard to do. So don't mess with that, just leave it like that. Beautiful. Okay, the turntable's beautiful, works nice, tracks down really good, sounds amazing. And the serial number, it's MJ3, starts with an MJ3, 1983. It's underneath the turntable. Okay. Okay, I think this is it. I'm going to try to show you the serial number, but I don't have any foam now. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Alright, hope you like it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. And have a wonderful day. There's no cartridge or head shell included with this turntable. I don't have any vintage ones. If you like this one, for example, I mean, a lot of collectors which are interested in these vintage ones don't like this. But if you like this one, just ask for it and I'll include it with the sale, with the purchase. Okay? So have a wonderful day and take care.